Science is a dynamic field and it's constantly changing. The problem with this is that undergraduate teaching and curriculums for labs and classes don't necessarily keep up with the advancements that we see. Our aim was to come up with a lab that is focused on cancer biology that better reflects the advances that we're seeing currently. So we want to talk about things like the techniques that are out there in research, and we want to talk about the interplay between research and the clinical setting, because that's a very important thing. And there was no lab about this in the past, so that's something that we needed to add in. In order for this lab to be maximally impactful for the students, we had this development as a partnership between students and faculty. So the four of us worked in close proximity with the professor for the first year course that we are implementing this lab in. In order for the lab to be maximally impactful, the students and the faculty work together. And then this is good because the students bring a different viewpoint than the faculty might have had, so everybody can work together and you get all sides to the story. And then at the same time, we had a chance to develop our understanding of science education and research and how these things all come together in the end. So my partners are going to talk a little bit more about what we actually did.
So what we did is we took groundbreaking technologies that are used in real cancer labs on the forefront of research, and we implemented them and incorporated them into the first year biology lab curriculum. We hope that by giving students early exposure to lab techniques and to cancer biology, it will help better prepare them for a future potentially in research or as a healthcare advocate or potentially as a healthcare professional.
So next we want to take the material that students learned in lab, in class, and apply it into real life. So what we did is we created case studies for the students, and they had to mimic what an oncologist would do. So what they did was that they would go onto the website of the National Institute of Health, and they would look at current clinical trials that are happening for cancer patients, and then they would assess their patients, their fake patients, and so they would diagnose them correctly, and then they would see the most fitting clinical trial for their patient. What they did here is that we gave them a feel of what it's like to be an oncologist for a few hours, all while learning key aspects of cancer such as cancer pathology and cancer progression.
As undergraduate students, we wanted to be global citizens and be able to apply our discoveries outside of the lab. Therefore, we have partnered with various organizations such as Let's Talk Science to create various workshops that are readily available to the public. Targeting high school students, we introduced the idea of cancer biology and the world of research through hands-on activities and mimicking lectures. In the past year, our team have been working very hard to gain further knowledge both in science education and cancer biology
in order to design a curriculum that's applicable, educational, and entertaining for students and the community.